About an hour and a half before the next challenge is to start, we find the final 8 contestants all in pairs talking to each other. Draco knows he can't go anywhere without Pei following him, but he does know that Pei hates onions and the smell of onions, and so he doesn't mind onions, and so he's making bloomin' onion rings, a burger with onions on it. He's making everything, and Pei knows he's doing this to piss her off, but she's gonna stay resilient. She's gonna keep messing with him. She keeps taking his glasses, throwing them somewhere, make him go fetch them. He's mad about it, but hey, at least he's eating good. Pei is stealing some of his food though. Clav is one of those people that were shocked by Recon's departure, and he knows he needs to get a bit more footing, but besides Kata and Honey a little bit, he doesn't really have anyone strong. Now Casey's just chilling in her cabin, and Clav goes in and he's like, I need to talk to you for a second. Casey's all right with that. She's like, what's up? And Clav is like, look, I don't know me personally, but I have maybe 1, maybe 2 people in this game that I can maybe count on, and it would be good if one of those maybes turned into a definite. And out of everyone left in the final 3, I would actually like it to be me, you, and Kata. Is that something we can try and arrange, something we can try and do? And Casey, she hearing this, she already knows she has Seattle, she has Draco, and if she were to add Clav and Kata to this, even if she's not loyal to them, as long as they're loyal to her, that's half the people remaining, which means no matter what, she can't go home. So even though she's unsure about how loyal she is to this, she's like, Clav, I think you're one of the smarter people here. Out of everyone, you're one of the people here who's more deserving to win. So you know what? I'll actually be down for that, because I don't have people either. And now that part is true. She kind of burnt a lot of bridges. She only has Seattle because he respects her game, and he also knows that there's a lot of likable people still left in the game that would get jury votes. And his plan, Seattle's plan, is to actually take Draco and Pei to the final 3, because he doesn't think Draco has outstanded himself enough as a person, even though he's tried. It's just Pei keeps belittling him, and he knows for a fact ain't no one gonna vote Pei to win. And he's honestly just kind of chilling with Kata. They both laying on the sand, having a good time, soaking up some sun. And Kata, she's kind of like, man, I can't believe I made it this far. Honestly, I thought I'd be the 3rd or 4th one out. I never even thought I'd make merge. And Seattle's like, yeah, I didn't think I'd make it this far, but I didn't doubt myself. You can't doubt yourself, Kata. You got talk. You gotta talk the talk. You gotta be confident in yourself. I know I don't talk to people much here, but I do like y'all, believe it or not. This is a good crew, and I am sad for some previous contestants who have been eliminated. Some of those were my friends. And Kata's like, yeah, I know what you mean. And Kata's like, to be honest, Seattle, there's a lot of people here who I would rather go than you. And I'm kind of even considering a final 3 with you, considering who I want to be gone, because some people here would beat me, in a jury vote. And not only that, but I feel like I need to establish more of a game. And Kata, for a second, thinks about showing Seattle her idol, but Kata decides against it. She just keeps it in her beanie. And Seattle, he actually enjoys this conversation. It's not hectic like Pei or Draco. It's not full of strategy like Clav and Casey. It's not about weird, useless stuff like Honey and Jenny likes to talk about. He really enjoys this time with Kata right here. Now, Honey, Jenny, they're just swimming. They're fine. Jenny's like, oh my god, I can't believe I finally got to wear this bathing suit. I wore every single one except this one. Now if I can show it off, I can't believe I made this far to wear every single bathing suit. I didn't believe it. And Honey's like, yeah, I know what you mean. The water's great today. The temperature's good. The air, the wind is barely blowing, which means no cold on your skin. It's a good time, low key. And they both at the same time kind of look at the boat, on the dock ashamed, the one that the contestants get eliminated on. And Jenny's like, man, I hope I never have to go there. That would be sucky. I never want to go there. I never want to be eliminated. I want to win this game. I made it so far. I made a lot of friends. Yeah. Honey's like, yeah, me too. I think that I'm gonna go farther. I ain't done yet. I'm for sure gonna get this bread. I'm bread snatching. And Ginny just laughs and agrees. Eventually, Seattle gets hungry, so he goes over to like Dre and Pay. Did I say Dre and Pay? What the hell? That's kind of fire, low-key, Dre and Pay. Ugh. Anyway, he just sees a mountain of food. He's like, Draco, you gonna eat all that? And Draco's been telling Pay she can't have any because that's like Draco's food. And Draco's like, yeah, you can have some, don't worry. And Pay, she's like, bro. And Seattle, he thinks, you know, he loves the bloomin' onion with the fresh sauce dip. He's like, Draco, you go pretty good, low key, dog. This shit pretty good. And Pay is just so mad. She's kind of thinking of hitting Seattle low key, but then she's like, hold on, out of everyone here, Seattle's the only one that could beat my ass, so let me stop. But she ain't afraid to throw hands with anybody else. She said, bring it. Oh God. Now the contestants are becoming aware it is like 20 minutes before like the challenge, so some people do want to grab a bite real quick, while others just want to get ready for the challenge. Draco, he doesn't really eat much, and honestly, like I said, he likes onions, but it's not like he loves it, so he just gives his food to Seattle, Ginny, and Kata, and he just eats some like tiramisu yogurt. Y'all ever had tiramisu yogurt? Oh my God, bro, that stuff is so delicious. It's like 80 calories. Oh my God, it's good. And so honestly, some bonus points for Draco from Seattle, Ginny, and Kata. You know, they realized he's nice, and he is a nice contestant. He's just kind of been on nerve and on edge because of Pay. And they all get to thinking like, why haven't we voted Pay out? And you know what? They all have like a bubble right above their head. You know, Seattle will remember this, Kata will remember this, Ginny will remember this. And they're all like, you know what, Draco, you've gained some respect. You might go farther in this game. Now, in the cabins, Honey's like, all right, who in the fuck stole my hairspray? And no one stole it, but Pay did put the hairspray in Casey's bag, because Pay is clearly seeing that Casey's a threat in this game. Pay isn't stupid or blind. She's seeing that Casey's just, you know, maneuvering her way through this game. She's gonna get to the final three, and Pay ain't having that. She's gotta plant some evidence on Casey, because Casey needs to get out. Pay can't have this. And so, as Pay wanted, it doesn't take long until Honey's like, hey, yo, what the fuck? Casey, what the hell is that, you clown? And Casey's like, what? How'd this get in my bag? I didn't do it. Are you talking to me? And Honey's like, yeah, you with the fucking Simon the Chipmunk vest and the Brock from Pokemon eyes, you fucking goof. And Casey's like, oh, hell no way you talking to me, bitch. And while Pay's getting some popcorn, Clav is in the middle being like, stop it, both of you. We have to get cereal. And Honey's like, the fuck? And you know what? That was exactly what they needed to break the fight. And then Chris announces it is time for the challenge. Please, everyone, arrive at the carnival. And so that is what they do. And he's like, all right, welcome everyone. Let me explain the rules, okay? And you gotta listen closely because this is dangerous. Some of you might get hurt, so listen up. This carnival is rigged to blow up in exactly about 30 minutes, give or take. I won't tell you the exact time. But as you can see, right next to the forest opening, there are 7 bunkers with keys. Scattered in the carnival are keys that you must try and get a bunker for yourself, lock it in. It only fits 1 per person. Whoever doesn't get it is eliminated. The fun fair is now open for business. There are 2 keys on the merry-go pane where you must ride one of the horses full of full turn, and after it makes a full lap, it'll either pop out pain or a key. There are 15 horses to choose from. Oh, why is Chris McClane like an evil vampire? Let me stop. What am I doing? Duck, duck, shoot. So it's basically 2 ducks shooting tasers at you. You gotta do a long walk while going in cover, trying to dodge the tasers. You gotta punch or kick out a duck. When you do, it'll give you a key. Each duck holds a key. Mirror, 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 mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Basically, there are 2 exits. A lot of pain though, and some mirrors, if you bump into them, might just be more than a bump. No no Amber Heard. And the Parish wheel. I wouldn't recommend this one. Like, our intern we put up there actually fell. He kind of didn't make it back. Condolences to his family. There is a key on the tippity top though. So if you can get there, good luck. There's only one though. And go. And immediately some people know what they want to do. Some people know what they don't want to do. Obviously, a lot of people are going to realize that mirror is going to be the popular choice. Kata chooses it. Jenny chooses it. So does Clav. And immediately with these three being the first ones in there, everyone else just moves on by. Now, Merry Go Pain is actually an alright one. And it sounds a lot better than potentially being tasered by a rabid duck. Seattle hops on a horse. Casey does. Honey does. And then so does Draco. And Pay's like, ooh, I want to mess with Draco so bad right now. But no one's at duck, duck, shoot, which means I might be good. So Pay is the only one competing at duck, duck, shoot right now. But immediately a duck she couldn't even see blast tases her. She's on the ground. Seattle's kind of having a bad feeling about his horse. Everyone kind of does an entire lap. And then all of a sudden, Seattle and Draco's horse just catch on fire, setting them on fire. They go to one of those dunk tanks you're supposed to throw baseballs in. They hop in there and they're like, bro, how is that even legal? Casey's just tossed like a whipped cream pie at her face. She is annoyed by that, but she's glad she's not on fire. And then Honey gets a boxing glove to the face, like springing out of there. Draco, Seattle, Honey, they say, hell no, I ain't doing that again. Casey's like, you know what? She picked one of the ones that no one picked. She's gonna go on there again. Draco knows that Pay went to duck, duck, shoot, and she's alone, and he's not gonna let her just get that so easily. Seattle kind of has the same vibe, but Honey is going to mirror, even though he's gonna be late. And Draco sees Pay getting up, and he starts laughing a little bit. He's like, do you get tased? She's like, shut up. And Seattle just kind of pushes past them, and he's making cover. They're both starting to play the game now. Casey now gets the punch boxing glove, but she goes on a different one, trying again. Kata at this point has hit 2 mirrors, and both of them have left like oily residue on her skin, and she hates it. And then she keeps slipping, she keeps falling. She's like, bro, this hurts. And Jenny's like, ow. And then Clav, hearing this, he sees to see what happens with Jenny, and she's covered in tar and feathers. She went through some mirrors, and that happened to her, and he's trying so hard not to laugh, but he's like, look, let's just leave this place. And Honey, seeing them two leave, Honey's like, oh, bet. So they just kind of follow like the tar footsteps and the oily footsteps of Kata and Jenny. They both decide to go on the duck, duck, shoot after seeing the others left, and they're like, nope, I'm not gonna take the chance of whatever that is. Now these two are like, bro, why is everyone here? And Draco, while looking back at them, also gets tased. Jenny, her eyes widen seeing this, and she's like, nope. And Clav, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna try anyway. I do not care. And Seattle has actually made it halfway through, and he does get tased, and he realized it really hurts. But he also realized, even though he's gritting his teeth, he didn't fall down like the others. And so he just starts running at full speed, because even though it's a long distance, it's not that long, especially since he's halfway there. And he gets tased again and again, and he's actually tearing up a little bit, but he uppercuts one of the ducks, and he does indeed get the first key. Congratulations, you do survive this purge round, Seattle. You are not the one being eliminated. And now these three are like, all right, now we really got to start trying this. Casey once again gets an electric boxing glove right to the face, and Jenny gets a birthday cake to the face. And Jenny's like, oh, this is one of my favorite flavors. I actually love this one. This reminded me of one birthday I had that my friend Sierra, she actually put my cake right in the face. She put my face right in the cake, and it was actually pretty funny. They took a picture of it. My aunt always shows people around reunions. I don't like it because my aunt always shows embarrassing pictures. And Casey's like, shut up. She gets back on another horse, because now there's not that many left. They have to get it eventually. Jenny gets on a different horse, and then all of a sudden we hear, yeah, oh yeah. And it's not the Kool-Aid man, it's Honey, because they were actually able to find the right exit, got one of the keys for Mirror Mirror. And Kata's like, bro, what? And so Kata, knowing that she's not going the right way, she starts backtracking. And so it does help the fact fact that Honey did get through and Cat is the only one there. Now, this last duck, he is shooting trust, and he actually does some Kanye-rista. He hits Pay, then Draco, and then Clav, all of them bugging, tweaking on the ground, the duck hiding somewhere else. All of a sudden, Casey's horse blows up, her hair becoming like frizzled and stuff. Pepsi commercial. But to make it worse, Jenny's horse on her second try pops out a key, and Jenny's like, yay, I knew this was good because first I got cake. I got to eat so much cake and it was delicious. I almost ate that entire cake get through. I mean, it was actually pretty good. I thought about going on the horse again because I thought it would maybe give me more cake. And Casey's like, bro, there's literally 3 horses left. She gets on another one as Jenny celebrates her victory. And Clav notices that Draco keeps popping his head out and stuff before moving, and they're getting closer and they're like kind of right next to each other. And so Clav pops out right before he knows Draco's going to. The duck shoots the taser. He ducks. Draco pops out, gets tased. Clav says, move, bitch. Pushes Pay out of the way. Roundhouse kicks the duck. Congratulations, Clav. You now have the final key from that game. And when the others see him come back, they're like, yes. They were kind of rooting for Clav low-key, and they're hoping that one of these 3 get out. Seattle, however, is kind of hoping that Casey stays. Pay, seeing that Casey's getting one of the 3 horses left, Pay immediately goes on a horse, and then Draco goes on the other. Kata screams in celebration as she gets through. She has made it on to the final 7. Casey is balling her fist seeing Draco and Pay because she's like, no way, I did all of this. And Pay is just glaring at Draco like, what you gonna do, pussy boy? I'ma get this. I'ma get this. You gonna be mad, then you gonna have to fight Casey. And Draco's also giving dares, a lot of daggers towards Pay's direction, daring her to do something. Then Draco and Pay simultaneously gets boxing punched off their horse. Casey, congratulations. You have won the final key of that game, which means Draco and Pay look at each other horrified. Pay is horrified, but Draco is happy because this means this is his chance to finally get out Pay. They both look at the Ferris wheel. They both look at each other just mischievously, and they book it. Draco's obviously a little bit faster, but Pay throws her pen at his like calf, like throwing knife style. It actually like stabs him a little bit. He goes down, he's like, what the fuck? Pay laughs like skipping, past him. Everyone who has already gotten a key is watching extremely intently, rooting for Pay to lose and Draco to win. They both start climbing. They don't want to, and they are extremely scared, but they got the adrenaline of not only being potentially eliminated, but now they realize they both want each other out. Pay does have a little bit of a lead climbing, and she's throwing debris and stuff because this is a dilapidated Ferris wheel. So when she's grabbing stuff, it might break off and she almost falls, and then she throws the stuff that broke off at Draco. He keeps having to dodge it. However, in his advance, since Pay is like going the dangerous route and taking all the dangers, he can just go the safe route that she made. Both their hands are like an orange rust, climbing and climbing. Draco is slowly getting closer. Pay even starts kicking at him before heading into the Ferris wheel. Draco, he's getting angry. He starts sweating, growling. He also climbs into the Ferris wheel thing at the top, only for him to feel cold as ice because he sees Pay standing there smiling with a key in her hand. Draco, he can't believe what he's seeing, but he just looks down, looks outside of the Ferris wheel. He realizes how far up there are. He's like, Pay, you know what? I'm proud of you. And Pay's like, huh? And Draco's like, I've actually liked how you've played the game. I've admired you this entire time. Can I have a hug? And Pay is so in shock and surprised, but she did have an aura feeling she would meet her person on this island, so she's very happy he's finally decided to cave in, even if it's only because she might get the money. So they Pay hug, and then all of a sudden Draco starts jumping up and down. Pay does for a second as well, but it starts rocking and Pay tries to stop, but Draco hugs tighter, starts jumping more, and Pay's like, hey bro, stop, but he just keeps going, and all of a sudden, snap, the Ferris wheel bunker thing they're in just starts falling and falling until it hits the ground. The contestants all stand in horror and shock as they witness the ambulance and lifeline team just tend to Draco and Pay. They are happy to see they're both alive. Pay has a broken leg, completely broken, shattered bones. Draco has a completely broken arm, shattered bones. It's a horrible thing to witness as they both get life lifted to the hospital out of this game just like that. I mean, Draco was out anyway, but he took Pay with him. Yeah, huge twist. Bet you didn't expect that. But just like that, we are down to the final 6. Half of them has to go before the jury can vote, and they're all trying to get a footing in this game. They all made it this far, and they're not gonna quit now. They can't believe they just saw both Pay and Draco go like that out of nowhere. But low-key, a couple people are like extremely happy that this happened, because instead of the final 7, they're at the final 6. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Let me know if you liked it. There should only be 2 more episodes to go in this series. Please make sure to subscribe, and I dare every single one of you to have a good day.